let's say it at the forefront in the beginning of the game. That Adele skin goes.
Dude,
It's
the
super good.
fishnets make us go feral, bro. I don't know what it is. Making me go feral for Adele.
Welcome everyone to the Outplayed podcast, the weekly show where we talk all things Paragon Prime, entertainment, anime, D&D. We stream this once a week on Thursdays at 6 Central, 7 Eastern, and we'll put them on YouTube and Spotify on Friday. I am your co-host Cordy. Alongside we got Ego and Wolfie. What's up, bros?
Hi.
Yo,
How are you guys doing today?
guys?
Chilling.
Doing well, man. Kind of taking a relaxed day. Took a minor break from Paragon today. Played like
It's
3
good.
games. Was like, all right, now let's do some other stuff. It was nice.
Yeah, early this morning. So this is my first time playing like heavily after like, and they did the early patch. It's my first time like actually playing like late, like 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I don't know what it is, but the newest of new players are playing super early, and I was getting super frustrated. I was
had
like,
the same experience today too, man.
I was tilting so hard.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that was the most upset I've ever seen him.
I turned off the camera. I turned off the lights because I was like getting heated. I was tilted. The temperature of the room was tilting me. I was mad, man. I was getting mad. But today was good. Today's been fun.
What about you, Ego?
So like my experience, so like God prevented me from having to deal with that. Like I came in, loaded up, got in the game with Cordy. We had a random Grux who like was talking about like well, he's 0-8 because he's scaling into the late game, which was nuts. But overall, like I got kicked from the game because like my internet went down for some reason. Like literally at 2 a.m. my internet just turned off. It was just like, we're done here. It was just insane. And so I'm in the call with Cordy, bro, and like I hear like the random, because he's a big fan, hops into Cordy's chat and he's like, bro, trust me, I'm scaling. And he's playing Grux, and I was like, that's crazy, dude. And Cordy, I could tell Cordy was tilted because he was like, bro, I brought you here to help me, not hurt me. It
was bad, man. Early morning, I'm never doing that again, by the way. It was just the terrible, like the worst experience I've had. I think we went on a 6-game losing streak. It was the worst experience I had like playing casuals in Paragon. Every person was just new. It was super frustrating.
Yeah. The game's onboarding system it's there, but it's easy to avoid. I know for me, today was not a jungle day for me. Every time I went to jungle, I was okay in the beginning, and then my team would fall behind. So now naturally they're invading me and killing me because I can't defend myself if my team's out there. So today for me was not jungling day.
Jungle's always been tough.
I don't know what it is. I've been really enjoying support lately. I don't know. I think it's just like I could turn my brain off and just say, you don't die, and I don't have to worry about killing, stunning, CCing. It's just keep the ADC alive. Everything else will work out.
If you lose, rarely people blame the support, but every time it's the jungler's fault.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah.
And like, oh man, that's why I'm kind of tired of playing jungle personally.
It's a lot of stress. There's more stress in the jungle, stress in the solo lane, ADCs and mages need to do damage, so stress on that. But supports are just kind of just chilling, man. Relax.
I have a question for you guys though. Who has the weakest mentality? ADC mains, jungle mains, mid mains, who?
Weakest mentality?
Like who gets tilted the fastest?
Oh,
Jungle
100%
or ADC?
100% ADC is not close.
Dude, it was brought up in chat today, and I was
Not
like, it's
close.
ADC. It's 100%. The second their
Power
support misses a stun or misses like something, it's all they're off the rails.
So like, if you're a jungler main, your ADC has to be good for you to get in that position. Like you have to just be able to just be like, well, I'm diffed. it is what it is. Like, they're invading me. Oh, fog walls are also good. We're going to talk about that later. So the invades just got worse. And I'm like, okay, well, my game's lost. If you're a mid lane, your mentality has to be at least okay. Like, it has to be at least decent, because you are, as a mid, getting ganked more than anyone else. And if you are a mid lane main, then you have dedicated yourself to that. ADC mains, dude, they literally, you die a singular time and they are looking to blood sacrifice their support. The mentality is nuts, bro.
I was just curious because I was like, ADCs tilt quickly. Jungles, they understand when you play jungle, one lane's going to get diffed no matter what. So you can't have those games where every lane is going to do great and you can just relax in the jungle. You have to kind of have a semblance of carrying because you need to gank the weakest lane or help the biggest guy on your team to help him keep getting him bigger. So like, I feel like jungle comes with those, all right, okay, understanding of who's good, who's bad, where I need to work with. But like ADC, the second one thing goes bad, you're just done.
Cordy, as an ADC main, what is your take on this?
I'm feeling hurt here. I'm feeling hurt. No, like in past though, in like, it's crazy because in Smite it's the same way too, that ADCs are classified as like drama queens or like they're like the wide receivers in Smite. You know what I mean? Like they want to be flashy, they want to do the most damage, and they complain a lot. So yeah, kind of hits there. But I played ADC for so long and I played MOBAs for so long. I am definitely more tamed, but.
Yeah, you're definitely on the more mellow side, and like I do want to like shout out to all the junglers in the stream, bro. It's not your fault every time. It's not.
No,
sometimes
it's
it's your fault,
but
like, bro, listen, there was 4 of them on that objective. Your team didn't rotate. There was no way you were getting that smite. Don't let them. Do not let them gaslight you, bro. That you should have stolen Fire Spirit from a full team with superior positioning.
Yeah,
not on you, King.
Yeah. Definitely the jungle is like the most blamed, and like newer players as well.
But yeah,
dude. Yeah. Well, solo laners are literally forgotten about until they miss a team fight. Like literally, you can never show up once, and then one time your homework is in my lane, and I'm out of my mind. I'm just like, the Greystone hasn't rotated.
When I tell you that, like when I play solo lane and I'm not there for the first spirit, which spawns in 6 minutes, by the way. You want me there, and the game doesn't start officially until like 120 is when the lanes meet and the jungles spawn up. So like you got me like 5 minutes, 4 minutes, and like 30 seconds or so to rotate to the reindeer. I don't even have my first item. I'm not even level 6. You want me there, and you think my health bar 5 minutes is gonna mean the difference? I can't tell you.
But so this is why solo lane is good for that. And solo lane is just like good early in general because you get solo XP. The only other lane that gets solo XP is mid, but even then they share a little bit. And you get your tanky items online sooner. As an ADC and as a mage, you need power, you need pin, ADC, you need attack speed, you need all these kind of like different stats. Solo laner, they slap on one item and they have like good base stats, good tankiness, good health, and they're good to go. But in this game, early rotations are kind of crazy because again, comparing to Smite, the objectives, you don't really rotate that hard that early for the objective, but in this game it's a lot. But when travel mode goes away, that might be different.
I was going to bring that up. Going to bring that up. I do think fog walls is indicative of they're about to remove travel mode. I do. I think that is a sign like that. Those are there to help protect junglers and protect aggression and protect invades. Removing that and having travel mode basically makes it to where, like, okay, if someone has some tick damage on you and you're begging to get to your inhibitor, the chances just got dropped exponentially considering they're going to be able to still lay damage on you, especially if you're having to take that route as is. And a lot of times you're in a worse situation, especially if it's your side of the jungle, you're not going to be able to fight for like your red buff or your blue buff for your 3 camp in those instances. So I do feel that them removing this is showing like, okay, we know that these 2 things, sprint mode plus these fog gates, it's fine. Sprint mode without the fog gates can lead to like a lot of harassment, but sprint mode, no sprint mode, and no fog gates is kind of like.
So what do you guys think?
I feel like
more opportune. Are you guys like the change to the fog wall or no?
I don't know.
As a jungler main, I hate it, to be
Really?
honest.
Oh man.
Dude, I hate it. What's the only thing stopping somebody? So like, okay, so like, here's the thing. It takes away a jungler's option to try and play the space around their jungle safely. You know, you used to be able to like, okay, I enter through my fog camp, I check, I can see my timers, I see they're on my 3, I can maybe risk like swinging my blue, for example, but to be able to safely like get out. But that's just not an option anymore. Like I always said previously that like there is no like blue side jungle or red side jungle. There is just the jungle, and being a good jungler is understanding that. That rule is even more intense now because there is no bail for you now. There is no out. If you get invaded in your jungle early and get set behind, there's no way for you to try to safely recover. You're going to have to either all in commit to try to farm, or you're going to have to, like, I think we're going to see junglers very quickly after, if they get picked or ganked, they're going to very quickly be looking to like start taking lane farm out of necessity.
Mm-hmm. And then really quick, you go, your camera is frozen.
Bro,
Yes.
why? Am I back?
It's back. You're back. Yeah. Did you click off the
okay.
software?
Wait, am I frozen again?
You're stuttering.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
It's
frozen.
going in and
What's
out.
going on with the Discord? Okay, I'm back.
You're good.
I'm back.
You're good.
What about you, Cordy? What about the fog walls?
So I found out today. I just like when the things change. I don't care what it is, if it's good or bad. I just like that they're doing something about the game. I guess because I play the game so much, it's like, oh, it's a new little feature. Like the ramp to ADC or to dual lane is amazing.
A number one thing they added.
That is like the best part of the patch is that ramp, dude.
Yeah.
But I just like, I like any changes that come to the game, whether it's good or bad. I'm always down for it, just so I can. It feels a little bit different. You have to play a little bit more differently. You have to like think a little bit more differently. So I don't mind the change. I don't like it. I don't hate it. I don't mind it. But the ramp, I love the ramp.
Dude, the ramp is literally the best thing they added into the game. Since sliced bread.
Any map change, that was the best ever. It's so good.
Yeah.
Dude, like, no, you know how many times I've died to that stair step?
Yeah.
You know how many times I've used my Fang Mao blink just to like make sure I don't have to risk it? Like, it's insane, bro. It's nutty. But like that, now you can just like walk up through it and stuff. And I think it's like, I agree with Cordy, you said, and I want to hear Wolfie's take on this too. It feels like we're so close to release because now they're like spending resources and time doing slice of life updates.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, here's a ramp. Sure. Here's some dope Christmas animations. By the way, Shinbi has the best backing animation of the game.
Bro, it sucks because they can see me, man.
No, they see the sleigh coming from
Yeah, they know I'm
Alcatraz?
backing.
Bro,
I guess if you're in a bush and you're backing, make the sled invisible. I guess.
It's a pay to lose, man.
pay to lose is insane.
Because like I can back if I back anywhere near a lane, they can see it just charging in from the right side and like, oh, he's backing, he's right there. And if you're in a bush backing, yeah, just like the sleigh comes and picks you up and like, well, they know I'm here.
Yeah, it's literally the tactical pickup. Like you literally see. Okay, I thought that obviously it would just be a thing that only like
that's what it should be.
Your team could see, or the other team wouldn't see. I didn't know that they could see it.
Right, Wolfie. I think someone came in my chat because I was complaining about it the entire time, but I think you confirmed it that you could see me backing. So it's like.
I don't know. The Christmas animations are so. I love Rampage, like where he like drops the present on the floor and he's like, "Oh shit, how do I pick these up?" He's like freaking out.
Dude, they're gonna take my job. No,
it's
not the candy cane.
It's super cool though. I like it. I like the back animation. Like I love the legendary stuff. The Christmas things are great, but yeah, having that backing animation, like they could just see you like where you're backing.
Yeah.
In like casual play, whatever, it doesn't matter. But like in people actually taking it serious, yeah, you probably can't use that skin.
I will say, just don't pick the skin then.
Yeah.
Like until they change it, right? Like it's like, well, you have 7 other options, right? So shouldn't be. It's insane. While my mortgage has 1 skin, nuts. It's just what like I don't know. It's something I think they'll fix, but I do think Wolfie, and I do want to hear your take on this. Do you think like release? Like, do you think the game is now like ready for release, like ready for the big league?
I mean, as far as I can say, they have the roster for characters, right? We got plenty of characters for anybody to try. Whether they like a character, they can go to another one. It's not like they're stuck on like only 6 or 7 characters. The roster's there. The items are there. You have plenty of items to experiment. The skins are there. You have plenty of, like, if you like this character, you can invest in that character because of their skins. They have more skins. I think the only thing, honestly, keeping it from release is the modes, which, you know, we already know there's 3 other maps coming from what we know of, right? And I think out of those 3, one of them we've never seen before. So I think the only thing stopping it from release is a battle pass and more modes.
I'm scared for this game to have a battle pass. It'll ruin me.
Yeah, their skins are amazing, man.
Kill me.
I got some like really good talking points from Jon Snow's stream.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a YouTube video on it, but I mean we can go over it here.
Right.
Do you want to do it now or after we do the update?
I think we end on the update.
If you want to end on the update, or you want to do like all the future content after the update?
Let's end on the update.
Yeah.
Okay. End on the update?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do think, like, if we are going to bring up that, you know, Jon Snow does think that I am the most attractive partner creator.
He
did shout him out.
I
saw it.
Dude,
I think I had like a solid 5 minutes. He was just talking about you. I was like, damn.
Bro, I messaged him after. I'm like, I didn't see it, bro, but thank you. Literal tears, dude.
Yeah.
I love John. John is such a real one.
The cool too is like the way they talk, the way he talks about the game, and like the way he wants the future to be the game. He was like comparing it to League, how they want to have a tournament. He wants to fly us out for tournaments to Korea. He said like he wants to have all that. It's like, man, they really do have that passion for the game.
You guys in full blown business suits casting in a booth over a crowd of people in a land.
They want the teams. They want the teams to be in Korea. They want to play on land. Like they're looking like that's what they want. There's a lot of passion. So that's what they want. It's awesome, and to hear him say those kind of things.
I would cry if I got to do the gamers in front of a real crowd.
Bro, that'd be sick.
Dude, literally, could you imagine how sick would it be? I would be
awesome,
like, man, just walk out in front of them. I wouldn't say a single word, and then just out of left field, girl. Oh my god, I died. Like my soul would leave my body. I wouldn't be able to cast it.
I think if they had like some kind of tournament event, I would tell Jon Snow was like, "Hey man, thanks for flying me out here. I'm glad to be here. Keep me out of the caster booth. That's not my field. Give me the t-shirt gun. I want to be sitting there at the bottom of the stand shooting t-shirts at people. Just like, who wants a t-shirt of Rampage, a t-shirt of Shinmi, and just keep and just start pelting people with the t-shirt gun." Oh man,
I like watching his streams because you can see the passion, you can hear the passion. Even through the translator, you can hear the passion. Like they really love this game and they want it to succeed. But his last stream that he had, he went over a lot of things. He was showing up the skins, and then he took like, I don't know, maybe 30-40 minutes just talking about future stuff and asking questions. So for December, again, I'm gonna make this a YouTube video, but for the end of December, end of the month, we're gonna have new karmas and new items. We saw the new items and karmas already. They teased that in the Discord. The new Mako skin, of course. Boris is officially going to be coming out. They said he's going to be tanky destructive, so they already showed a little Boris teaser of him. And then he said a replay system is coming out in December, more than likely. Again, these are all kind of just take it with a grain of salt. It's not confirmed. He's just, these are what we're working on, and these are pretty close to being done. But Boris, Mako, new karma items, that's for sure. We saw teasers already. Replay system is in the works. It's going to come out more than likely at the end of December patch.
Is that a mutant Poe with like a shield on it? I didn't see these before.
You haven't seen them yet?
Let me see.
Let's see if I can maybe show stream without
2 items and 3 more karmas.
The replay system, is that like I can go back and review the game from the spectator perspective, or like a kill cam?
No, I'm pretty sure like review the game. Have a replay.
Dude, there's gonna be a lot of that would help with. You could do commentaries. You could like you could play a game and then do a YouTube video about you commentating it. That'd be great.
Do that. Smite has it where you can, if someone spectates, then you can hold the recording for like 4 days. So I used to do that for people who would play in tournaments. When I had a league, they would play the game. They find like a scheduled matchup, play the game, and then I would just record it and cast over and have them not spoil. So those kind of things that could help out Ego if that's with the times
Do
and
like
stuff like that.
skits too. You could be a wild chimera invades at level 2, expecting to take the enemy blue buff, and then you commentate. Oh, chimeras in the jungle, everyone rotate. You know, like you
That would
could
be
do like an
so
overtalk on it.
I won't show the newcomer stuff. I just don't want to mess with the overlay, but yeah, that's gonna be a
Okay.
thing. And so the future stuff. So he was talking about like a lot of these future things. These are the big ones. These are like, man, I'm excited for this. So
Mm.
passives are gonna be in January.
Okay.
They're gonna
We got it
be.
confirmed.
It almost sounded like it was confirmed.
Okay,
The way he was talking about
okay.
it. Because before, like his previous stream, he said that whenever they're done with all 40 passives, it's gonna be in the game. And I brought it up too. The 40th hero is in December, so in January, mid-January, they're probably gonna do it after the console. January 11th is gonna be the next patch. That's when the sale ends for the skin, the Christmas skin. So January 11th, we're probably gonna be getting the passives, all the passives then, or at the end of the month. I think
Great.
January 11th is gonna be all the passives though.
Dude, passive week is good. I'm gonna have to take time off.
It's gonna be insane, man.
Also, I'm happy you did tell me that because that gives me the opportunity to reschedule some things because the tournament was going to be that weekend. So no,
Shake
we're
up the
gonna
meta.
give that week.
It's not confirmed, but it to me it feels like 80 to 90%. Like it's gonna be passes are in January, but I think they are gonna be on the 11th. So I'm just kind of speculating, but I think that's what it's gonna be.
Mhm.
Next is all the maps are gonna be in customs on launch, is what he said. Agora, Monolith, Red Moon, Agnes the Light, maybe Burdock in Wonderland. I don't know if that one's gonna be there, but
Oh.
Agora,
that
Monolith
terrifies
for
me.
sure is gonna be in
I hate
customs. Not a game mode, but like just in customs to play. So
okay.
it's not gonna split up the matchmaking, but if people want to play that map on the customs, it'll be there. So we'll see if they like rotate them out and like as far as matchmaking goes.
I'd be cool with saying like a playlist thing kind of option, just being like, oh yeah, every like 12 hours it goes between like Agora to Agnes Light. Although hot take, I like Agnes Light more than I like Agora.
Oh, that is
I
a
know.
hot take.
Agnesite is
I
really
know.
good, but that is a hot take, man. That's
Yeah.
a fan
I
favorite,
know.
beloved map. I don't know about
Don't get
that
me
one.
wrong.
Very hot take.
Agora's, I really do. I like Agora. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not saying like, yeah, Agora shit, but I like both. But there's small things about Agnes of Light that I've just grown to adore.
Yeah, it's a great
basically.
map. I love that it's open.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Ego the hot taker. Oh, it strikes yet again.
Okay, so a couple more things. Well, I'll throw you a little small one at you guys. Crossplay will have an option to be turned on and off on launch. So I don't like that idea. I want everyone to play together just so I have a better matchmaking, better MMR. Good console players are going to destroy bad PC players. Guaranteed. I have faith in the console players, but at launch, it's going to be a toggle on and off. That might change, he said, though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. What do you think, Ego?
I would like to see it like started on, but then so if you start with it on, then everything works. But having an option hurts nobody, in my opinion. So like you start with it on, right? And you like you said, good console players, these unicorns start beating up good PC.
They're not
players,
unicorns,
right? It's
bro.
like,
I played Smite. There's
bro,
a lot of good
those-
console players, brother.
those ponies. Okay, I would like to. I also was a Smite console player, so like I am just. It is 100% like the PC Master Race meme of like now my hands on a keyboard and I forgot where I came from. But with the option of just being like, if you are on console and you are just getting your nuts kicked in every game, I feel like giving the option of like, okay, no thanks, it hurts no one. And overall, it's like I think better for the game, just because like ultimately retention comes from people having fun, and like being pulled in. If you are not having fun playing against PC players, having an option to remove yourself from that environment, I think is best for the game.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that like if it does start off that way, that's cool. But I hope eventually it goes away, because I think Smite now they got rid of that option. It's just full crossplay, ranked and casuals. But there's a lot of good console players out there that are diamond, even masters in Smite that just fucking wreck PC players. And the PC people that I've been seeing this past like fucking 6 months, I have faith in console players, bro.
He's like,
I'd rather have the console players.
The double blink chimera.
I'd rather have the console players, man.
So speaking of console players, for season 2 of OPL, I am playing. So like outplayed fresh drop here. So the first tournament will be the league opener, right, for the OPL. The second one is going to be an EU tournament in February. The third one will be another like mid-seasonal overpowered tournament in March. And then in May, January, February, March, April, what I said there. I want to actually do a console tournament. Because we're gonna have 2 open invitational ones, and I want one of them to be EU. So give the EU boys a little bit of love. And then secondarily, I really want to do a console tournament, and I've been talking to Bumblebee because I'm like, I can't spectate on a controller for the game while also casting. Like, it's impossible. So we're working on like finding a way from like getting like a code or something that could possibly connect the PC to the lobby for like the PlayStation thing, but it'll be crossplay fully at that point.
Yeah, it should be good.
But still like allowing me to host it and like kind of change what looks like some of the PlayStation commands on the screen for some of the PC ones. So I do believe you in the fact that I do think a lot of console players are better than PC players. And if the people think we're wrong, they can come diff them, or us, I guess, since we're on PC. Yeah. But ultimately, like I'm excited to see people excited, about playing the game, if that makes sense. Like Wolfie, like Roger, howdy, bro. Like Goldfish, man. It's just like when people like learn to love the game, it's the best ever, man.
Yeah, it's like seeing that growth period where like, what's it called? It's some of the, granted, because they're new to the game, they have hot takes. Like there's people that say Chimera is like the #1 jungler, right? And we were at that point in our life where we were just like, yeah, dude, he is the best because he killed 2 people and not the 3 that Crunch could kill, but like that's the growth that you see, right? Them having such like a bright light or like idea of they have favoritisms on their characters, their experiences, and they think they full believe it, right? Granted, reality kicks in and they get knocked down a peg, but just like that idea of watching them grow and learn and have like this idea or around the game, it can be skewed because it's not correct, but at the same time, that hope and that drive that they have is admirable compared to us, where it's like, it's Chimera jungle, he's gonna lose.
He's going to get put 9 level where there's no more fog walls to protect you. What are you gonna do, jump on me?
Also tagging on, because I'm repping the console boys here, dude. Also complimenting them more, man. They're competitive, dude. Console players are competitive. They stem from the ancestries of Halo, Gears of War. Fucking like, they are competitive, dude. They play these fighting games. Every console player, it's better to play fighting games on console than it is mouse and keyboard.
That is true.
Like they have that competitive just blood in them. So I don't know, man. I think console is going to wipe the floor with some of these PC players. Yeah. But at the higher end, PC is definitely more input is better for this. Yeah, but
that's just because of the reactiveness and the sensitivity. But you'll always have, like, I do root for those people that are strictly console and that when they can keep.
What do you got?
He's got a fighting.
I'm telling you, dude. You're not playing mouse and keyboard. It's joysticks. Dude, racing games, joysticks.
Dude, like I told you, I was a console player, like for the longest time, and I got tired of like clicking these buttons, dude. Literally, okay, something corny. When I play fighting games and like get serious, I like cross my hands like this on the joystick, and that's like how I learned how to play fighting. It's
that's
awful,
weird.
Bro.
That's kind of weird.
It is.
That's carpal tunnel weird. At age 10. 10 years old having arthritis in your wrist.
Literally. Bro, you have no idea how many times in like middle school I was like, dude, I'm done playing these games. I was like, you're diffed. It's over, bro.
Console players are competitive, so I think eventually I want to just full crossplay. Don't try to cater to console, man. I think they can hold their own.
I think you do that longer in the life cycle, because like, for me personally, I think that they should let console players go up against console players, because those are the new players. They don't know the game yet. Give them a grace period of figuring it out against each other. And when they come up to us, who've had a year on it, it's because I don't want to say they have the skill, but they have the knowledge of what they're walking into, right? Like if we're the same character on the same lane, and the reason I beat you is because I can react faster, I want them to know that that's because of that. I reacted faster, not because They just didn't know what they were doing and they had no idea how to work it, right? So give them a bit of a grace period to figure it out, and then once they figure it out, then they can come up with the big boys that react faster, play faster, are smoother on their engagements and stuff like that.
I want to like know like WWCD. What would Cordy do? I have a question because I do like don't get me wrong. I am very excited for like console and stuff. But so like let's say you load Paragon right for the first time. You're coming over from Smite, like it is what it is. What is your response, right? With the first time you're loaded it, and you're like, all right, boys, here we go. And like you see a grandmaster, like a border on the other team, and like it's blood, and he kills you 47 times, right?
So
Yeah.
Like that's my whole thing about the grace period. It's like
Yeah.
I had like you would be like nothing to be done. I don't even know those items. And in fact, you'd probably like learn from it, right? But I feel like most people like they're like uninstall. Like after the 4th death, we're done.
But
we're,
see
we're
that
done
you're
here.
you're talking about bad matchmaking, and having a bigger player base
Yeah.
helps with bad matchmaking. That's good. That's kind of the main thing I want is like a better MMR setting, so where you can have new players coming into the game are going to be playing against other new players, console or PC, and then eventually work their MMR up to be playing. Like when I've been playing Smite and I have a brand new player that's in like chat, he's like, "Yo, I want to play some games with you." I'm like, if you play with me, you're playing against like these high level players who've been playing for years, and
Yeah,
it
give
just
him a
doesn't go well. So having
you
a bigger
still play
player base helps with matchmaking. Hopefully,
Yeah, so that's probably what you do is if you're gonna make it full crossplay off rip, add an MMR system.
they have to.
100%, 100%. And
Even
you
now.
have to take and like play stuff that's already happened. Like you can't do like the mastery system and just like everyone starts at 0.
No.
Even now, like we're level. That one game they played against you, Wolfie, where you had Rom King. It was you, Rom King, Hatch, Pete, Pepsi,
Yeah.
and then there was like one new guy. And chat was like, "Yo, this is gonna be a good game." I was like, "No, I already know these guys. I know the players. I don't know 3 of the other guys. The Howitzer, my
Yeah,
0
I didn't
8
know
FaZe who didn't buy Blink, my 0 6 Sparrow." I was like, I don't know those guys, and
Yeah.
and like I predicted, I was like, I'm pretty sure when I go into the lobby, those guys are gonna be level 10, and they're going against level 40s, 50s, and sure enough, you, Rom King, were like level 50, and Pepsi and
Yeah.
Hatch were like in the 30s, and these guys were barely hit level 10. Like even now,
Yeah.
matchmaking is bad. So hopefully, they work on MMR. That's whether it's crossplay or not. MMR needs to be fixed in this game.
True.
Oh yeah, 100%. And it's something that I hope does come with. Wait, is my camera doing the thing again?
It is
It's
a little bit.
stuttery, but it's
What?
working itself out.
Why every time I like go over to another tab? Okay, it's what it is. but no, like if God, I need an MMR system so bad,
Yeah.
dude. And it's not only for the sake of my sanity, it's for the sake of these players, dude. Like it breaks my heart when like I'm into a game, right? I'm like playing like a new character or I'm playing like an old favorite, and I'm just like, all right, let's do it. Okay, it's a game, and I take every game serious that I come into because I want to win, but I'm not necessarily like, super sweating. And I'm like, dude, I'm hot over here in mid lane, bro. I'm 4-0, and then the dude like comes back. I like mark them once, and then they like blink and recover, and I'm like, you have not been playing this game for 10 hours. It doesn't feel good for me because now I'm like, I could kill you for the sake of winning this game. I should, but like, I don't want to because I want you to have a good time. And for them, I know they're just like, this is busted, broken, not fun.
FaZe getting nerfed and all this. Like, yeah.
Bro, FaZe getting nerfed.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But that's why I think
wild.
that's why I want crossplay like sooner rather than later, because I really think there are other good console players who will beat some of these bad PC players, and it'll hopefully help them, the devs themselves, figure out matchmaking, figure out MMR. So that's why they want crossplay sooner rather than later. But the last couple of things for like that's future stuff. So this is very ambitious by them, but they want to do an OG hero every month. They want to do like after they're done with Terror, Boris getting Boris, Zinx, and Terror, probably the next 2 lined up. They want to have their own hero every month. OG Paragon used to do three or every 3 weeks they did a hero.
Every 3 weeks.
And that had like really bad balancing. I'm thinking they have like just a list ready to go.
I hope they have like a 12-man backlog.
Yeah, because they've been for like a year now. They've had they're pulling from Paragon and only put in 3 of their own, or I guess 4, 3.
Adele, Xena, Marty,
And Marty.
Mako, 4.
Yeah, so 4 they had in a year. And I'm perfectly fine if they do like once every 2 to 3 months, but they want to be they want to do it every month. They want to do a hero.
I don't
So
know, man. That's tricky because when they bring their original characters in, they're overtuned. For you to have an overtuned character every month, like there's no
balancing would be
way.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah, like eventually it's gonna get to a point where the only characters you can play are the original characters. I can't bring Sevrog against whatever original tank that they come out with because that one's gonna be so overtuned that my identity from Paragon as we know it, like back in OG, is now just kind of like phased out with like the new generation.
Yeah.
So I mean that's if they keep with the status quo of making their original characters broken. If they tune them and balance them to keep up, like you're gonna outshine some of the original characters. You can't do that. So
I mean, that's an inevitable thing, right, bro? That's the Thanos snap. I am inevitable. Like, you can look at the word count on vintage, like, Smite characters and, like, new ones, and it's, like, triple. Like, an old ability in Smite used to be dash forward, deal damage. Now it's, like, dash forward, deal damage, apply a stack of this leeching ability. If this leeching ability has 3 or 4 procs, you proc that thing in order to get additional damage on this next ability, which combos into this auto attack chain that if you have taken a specific potion on a day that ends in W, then you may crit at an increased 3% rate. Good job. That was your one. And I do feel like that's inevitable to get to. Like that is the inevitability of what it means to be a successful MOBA. I feel like it is a good thing ultimately if we do get to that point of just like, 2-3 years down the line, we're at 100 character. No, we wouldn't even. We'd be like 75 characters or whatever.
Yeah, they go once a month. I don't know, man.
Yeah, that'd be once a month, like doing the math, right? So like 2 years, that's 24 characters. We're at 40 right now, so we're a little under 75, but like 3, we'd be just about at it. And like we're just like, dude, the 75th character came out, and it's Maeve's feet picks. It's so insane that like they rotate over and they give you an actual foot fungus in real life. Like, oh my god, remember when Grux had a dash that sometimes did damage? Insane. Like those were the days, and like I hope this game gets to that point, but I do hope, like, I do understand what you're saying. Like, the journey there isn't plagued with expectations they can't meet, Like, I think Cordy's right, and, like, I agree with him with just being like, 2 or 3 heroes, 4 heroes a year is not bad, especially if you're doing what you're doing now, and that's constant item updates, that's constant karma updates, changes to balancing and stuff to make some characters better. Like, new characters coming out is supposed to be an event, and like closing it down.
Yeah, true.
Would,
also,
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's weird. No, I just like came to like the park end of the thought about it. It's like it's supposed to be an event, and an event happening more often does make it less so. Like there's the term like what's it called? Isolation makes the heart grow fonder, or something like that.
Distance or something.
Distance. Distance between releases makes it more of an exciting thing. You have more time to like go in on these characters. So I don't know. I feel like it could be a bad thing, but I feel like it's a great thing if we get to the point of where our biggest problem is like, damn, this character just has like a textbook of information.
Piggybacking on that is releasing the character every month. Like for the people that don't play the game as much as we do, right? The casual gamer who plays a couple days a week, they are going to fall so behind with all these new characters coming out. They're barely learning one character. They're barely learning Marty. And then like they just got close to learning Marty, and then another hero is going to be thrown into the mix. And it's having a lot of heroes. It seems too much. I would like them to go 2 or 3 months. Not like 4 or 5 months, because then it gets really stale. 2 or 3 months would be really good. And then in between, like they could do those events, they could do balancing, they could do some map changes, every once in a while, little things, cool little events just to spark it up. But yeah, I agree.
Even if you take characters out of the play, like I had somebody in chat said, I haven't played since Richter got released. What's changed? And I was like, Yin came out, Morgesh came out.
Yeah.
ADCs aren't good in the early game. Demo's king right now. Like I had to go through a list of things that got changed because, we get 2 updates a month.
Mm-hmm.
So now you throw in characters like that. Oh, Marty's broken. Now she's not. Now this character's broken. And hopefully we'll see her tweaked next time. But like covering a character every month and how, especially with the meta shifts, it's a lot. It's overwhelming for new players.
Yep.
In all fairness, you probably could have skipped Mortgage coming out since she's not an actual character anymore.
But it also helps with balancing too. Just having somebody here is to balance, maybe breaking the game even more. I think it's just too much. They didn't like. That's what he said they wanted to do, but like that's a lot of these things, of course, are subject to change. But yeah, hopefully that's not the case. And then the final like big talking point is they are going to be reworking Iggy and Wukong.
I heard about that. Yeah,
They watched the tier list.
He said that people don't really find them interesting in their character design. Of course, coming back from Paragon, you know, a hero every 3 weeks, so the design's always bad. So Iggy and Wukong are going to be getting reworked. I don't know when, maybe sometime before or after launch. But
Guys,
okay. Hold
a Discord call.
Hold on.
Talk to me.
Hold on. Iggy, fair play. That character isn't fun to play
you're not
against.
about to do this.
No.
He's not. Listen. He's not. Iggy's not fun to play against. He's not fun to play. Wukong. Ego played Wukong for one game and absolutely fed out of his mind.
typical.
I told him I will play Wukong next game. I won the game for him. It's a skill. It's like one of those things you need to learn how to play the character before you get good at it.
The problem is how you win, though. It's not about skills. It's like you don't. As soon as you lock in Wukong, you're automatically putting yourself at a 4v5, and you have to rely. The 4 people have to rely on like winning the 4v5s. It's just like how you win, and then when you get to that stage, when it's like an even game, you get to that stage, and it's like, bro, this guy's annoying. We have to worry about it and things like that.
You need to work with me on this one.
So real quick,
I hate
because
that
I have the
character.
game open, and I'm gonna hit him with the Carfax. I went 1-4 when I played Wukong today. On 12 hours. On Wolfie's 40+ hours, he went 2-5 and lost.
And I took 6 inhibs, 1 big prime, and 2 reindeers.
There's only 3 inhibs.
You got him twice.
I got the 3. I got the 3 inhibs, and then I got 2 more after that. That's 5. 5 total. All right, listen. You just don't know the character. I get it. I've been there. It is frustrating to lose against. I believe me when I played Wukong today, or I was against the Wukong today, and I was literally I was with 2 other people in my call or in my stream, and I was like, guys, kill the Wukong, and then we can do whatever we want for 40 seconds. I get it. I've been there.
See, team play helps you there, but just random casuals dealing with the split pushing Wukong,
It's not gonna work. Yeah.
it's just like it's a pain in the ass, man. It's not a fun way to lose.
Win carry, bro.
So I did have the win carry, but what kind of reworks as far as Iggy and Wukong? What would you want?
It's tough, man, because how do you make Iggy good with his turns? I don't know, make his turns like tanky but not do a lot of damage. He has a dash. I don't know.
I think so 2 things. One touching on what you said, one touching on what Wolfie said. When Wolfie says he won the game, I also at that game went 11-1-7. Just throwing that out there. You're not gonna defame me on the podcast.
Yeah, your team has to dominate.
I tried to take the viewership.
You literally, the backpack, I installed a heater and some potato chips so you could sit in it.
What is that
What
like?
do you mean?
Oh man.
So back to the podcast. So that clip is out of the way. But first, to make them better, I actually have spent a fair amount of time thinking about this. I would like to see if Iggy's turrets, like his turrets are like his main ability, right? Like you don't drop turrets. But I would like to see a variation of his turrets where they do minute damage. He's more of a tanky character and they're tankier turrets, but instead of doing a lot of damage, they apply very little damage, but debuffs as long as you're in the affected range of them. For example, like if you're a Sparrow within the range of an Iggy, I would like to see something along the lines of like his vials, kind of like Merlin from Smite can like change and stuff, or like Baba Yaga, and he throws them on people, and that changes the type of debuff they give you. Like standardly, imagine if you're in a team fight, right? You come into the Iggy fire turret, you're taking very minor amount of damage, but baseline his turrets apply a slow on you. Okay, and then he hits you with the oil canister. Now, this variation of the oil canister that's like on a rotation, this one like applies like defense shred on you. This one applies like some type of other form of a debuff on you, like maybe your attack speed is reduced. However, it's only amplified and applied if you're within the range of those turrets. I would love to see Iggy instead of like not being a character, being some kind of like a control mage, you know?
He's tough, man. He's tough to play around with his turrets.
He is.
Yeah, like they're just terrible. Like Vulcan, what makes him like
His power.
decent? He has like
power.
He has like Vulcan has a good ult.
mobility.
Vulcan
Has a good ult. Yeah.
He has like a knockup, a little dash, and then his ultimate isn't. You don't rely on your turrets at all in his kit. His turrets are there just to like pretty much do heal
Play
and
wave.
do some damage. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like a big part of his kit.
Mm-hmm.
For
Yeah.
Wukong,
What would you guys want for Wu? Do you want him to be a stance changer still? Do you want him to be a jungle, not a warrior?
changes dashes and give him like team fight mechanics.
Yeah. I would like him to have more engaging. The only time he's engaging on you is because he's closed the gap because you didn't know he was there. He's not using his abilities to close the gap. He's just walking at you.
I think it would be cool if he was a stance changer, but like a cool conceptually, it's like he doesn't have a way to manually change his stances, but it's about his ability. So you use this ability and then it like turns you into this stance, and then you use an ability from that side and it bounces back.
Oh, like King Arthur from Smite?
Yes, like King Arthur, dude. Because if you want him to be a brawler, then give him a brawler kit. Like, let's not play these games. Like, let his abilities, like, imagine like a Wukong pulls up on you and he like smacks you in the stick, right? Which takes him out of his aggressive stance and then puts him in his mobility stance. So then you can use another ability that automatically like jumps you forward, like he does a front flip onto you, and then that triggers his other ability, which like makes his like he would like. There's so many like paths that it could
there's
be
combos there too. You could be aggressive, or you could like you could use this ability to engage because you know the second ability after that will help the profit from the engage.
Exactly. Or you just like drop like an aggressive ability on your way to a team fight, so you have like a mobility ability up to like get to the back line and keep them on separate timers, but do the thing they do in Smite where like you have the timers for that, and then right behind them you can see the timers for the secondary one, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like it would literally cook.
So Wukong is interesting in Smite. So they have Wukong as well. He's not really a stance switcher, but he has like an AoE attack. He has a line cone attack that extends his cudgel, and then his escape is 3 parts. If you can turn into a boar, you dash, turn into a boar, knock people up. You can turn into a I think he only has 2 stances. Maybe.
There's one where he turns into like an otter, right?
No, that's Erlang Shin.
Erlang, yeah.
Okay, so I'm thinking that he turns into a bird where he just goes really far.
I think it's actually 2 stances, right?
He doesn't. No, Wukong doesn't have stances in Spite.
Oh,
he doesn't have
a dash.
His dash is depending on the range you go change. So if you go close range, it's an ox. If you go medium range, he turns into a leopard and he like jumps on you and like jumps off.
He
and then
bites
long
you and, like,
range, he turns into a bird.
Yeah, okay.
So that's kind of like a cool little concept they have for him. There's no clones on his kit, but he has like an AoE attack with his cudgel. He swings around, slows. He has a long line attack that does damage, and then his like stand twitching or like transformations is in his dash. And like Smite does a really good job of like trying to stay true to the gods and stuff like that. And
the lore,
yeah, those characters,
mythology or whatever.
So they could do something like that with Wukong.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. It's tough, man. His kid is interesting.
If there's ever a podcast episode I wish they watched, I wish it was this one. Please, guys, listen. We literally cook this ego for design team. Let's get that trend. Like, please. I have so many ideas that could be like, I feel like really cool for the characters, and also could get away from the things we universally just. I feel like we can universally agree, with the exception of the furry, that Wukong is just a frustrating, annoying, non-fun to play character.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I will admit that he is frustrating, 100%, but he is. You can just easily counterplay him. That's just the tech. Is you need to. I think you have to fight enough Wukongs to learn how to beat them, and
have good communication.
Yeah, good communication too. But I will say, if you want to hire us for a design team, You're gonna have you two in the what's it called? What's the boardroom meeting room? You guys are sitting there in your suits. You're gonna sit there typing on the projector or the smart board. I'm gonna be in the back shooting T-shirts at people.
T-shirts at the literally at the staff coming
At the
in.
staff.
T-shirt, shirt, buff Sev,
Right in
T-shirt,
the
T-shirt.
Serious conversation. T-shirt just hits him in the head.
Dude,
Yeah.
literally, like we're midway. I'm like, yeah, guys, I think dropping that below the 10% threshold, and dropping to like 6% is better. Donk. Is that a Shinbi? Is that a fishnet Adele?
Ooh,
my goodness.
Speaking of Fishnet Adele, all right, let's get to the
Dude,
patch, dudes.
yes.
Let's look at him.
Grux skin it's nice.
It's goofy.
It's goofy.
It's like when I see like some deranged like reindeer rush at me with two cleaves behind him, I'm just like, what are you doing? You don't fit the theme. I'm getting charged by a reindeer who's got sticks in his head. Oh, it's crazy, but I do like it.
I feel out of the loop because ADCs don't have any Christmas skins, man. So I've been like doing Halloween and summer skins.
Well, they got all the Halloween. Murdoch got one, Twin got one,
Yeah.
Sparrow got one. They got the Halloween. That's what they're.
So I was doing Halloween and summer skins.
Is that Christmas enough for you guys? Literally, it's kind of insane though for you to say that like ADCs haven't got any Christmas skins, and Decker literally got one.
Bruh,
Like,
stop
come
it.
on now.
Stop it.
It's kind of an ADC, right? Yeah.
Stop
Marauders
it.
watch Deckers running around, kind of
Cut it out.
crazy.
Just cut it out.
They're there, but nah, man. Like, I don't know. I like the Christmas skins. I like you can buy them large chunk of them with Raynar. Let's say it at the forefront in the beginning of the game. That Adele skin goes.
Dude,
It's
the
super good.
fishnets make us go feral, bro. I don't know what it is. We go feral for
What?
Adele.
I saw that, dude.
Yeah.
Even after she got nerfed, she's still worth playing with that skin.
Dude, I subconsciously bit my damn lip, dog. I was like, yo, what? Not the fish netty. Okay, moving on.
Adele skin is really good.
Adele skin side.
Yeah, the old Paragon skins are the ones with like Renar, like Richter, Kalari, Iggy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dell definitely one of the better ones for sure out of that bunch. And then the intros and outros for the legendary skins, man.
That was a
They're so
touch that
good.
I didn't expect. Like when I expect skins to return from the previous year, I expect them just to return. I don't expect anything added, anything different about them, but like they gave us intros, backing animations. Like that's not something I see Smite doing, right?
Yeah, that's what they want to do with their legendaries. Their legendaries are going to have like the music playing when they back, intros, and then backing animations and effects and all that. So that's what you're paying the $20 for.
Yeah.
Shinbi, it's so hers. I love this skin, man. I didn't get it last year, and I've been like the entire time I was like, please just bring it back. The Shimmy
I'm
Rampage.
begging.
Yeah. So I'm super happy they brought it back. But man, that backing animation, the fucking sleigh just coming from half across the map, and they're like, "Oh, Shimby's backing over there." Sucks.
Bro, Shinbi is in the left field. I see her. Yeah.
That looks good. And then the Rampage.
You
skin's
guys have
pretty
a
good.
favorite Christmas skin, or is it all just Adele?
No, I like Shimby.
I really like the Richters. I like it. Somebody said, "Oh, he looks like Krampus." I was like, "Yeah, he is." That's the point. He's supposed to look like the guy to make you angry and sad.
Why is he
and that's what
metallic?
does.
I don't like it. He looks ugly, dude. His face.
I love the Christmas lights. I'm gonna have a holly jolly here. Come here, let me pull you, and I love it.
Whenever you pull on him, does his like whenever you like do your pull, do the lights like go with like do they change?
I don't know if they change. I think the lights are attached to his hook and they follow him. I'm not sure.
Right, so, like-
I don't think he pulls you with the lights, but I think they're wrapped around the chain that follows into the pull.
But like, so the animation does it like?
No,
whenever-
there's no.
It doesn't
animation.
move like, or it's just stationary lights.
I think they just stay on him and they move with his body and how it flexes. But
They've had some
I don't
cool
know.
little details to these skins, though.
I will say the Sev Christmas skin, the fact that the bells don't jingle when I'm bashing your head in with that big hammer, big downer.
It would be
want it
so annoying. It
bad.
would be so annoying.
I wanted
after
it
a
so
while.
bad to just like. I wanted it, dude.
I don't like that
no.
his shoulders are just not Christmassy.
They won't. It's. I remember. I don't know if it was a year ago or a while, but they literally said Sev's one of the hardest characters to make skins for because when it comes to the stacks and the spikes, they can't really customize them or tweak them. They could change like the flat out color palette. That's why like most of them are gold or red, but like they can't go into the spikes and tweak them. like change the size, change the length, change.
Yeah,
I don't know, like the angle of them. I don't know why it is that way. That's like a dev issue. We have to bring up with Jon Snow, see what he says, because I guarantee you he has an exact reason as to why. But like, they literally say whenever it comes to Sev, his base skin looks great, but when it comes to the stacking with the spikes, that's where they can't really do much. So
yeah, so you asked, do I have a favorite Christmas skin, Cordy?
Whoopie did, but yeah, what you got?
yes,
So like, I need to know the criteria. You mean like a favorite Christmas skin, or like my favorite Christmas skin? Like I need to know.
a PG-13 favorite.
Okay, Shinbi. It's just a better one.
So good.
Like she throws little like frosty reindeers. Her sleigh comes and picks her up. I was like, I was role playing it today with like Wolfie. I'm like, bro, Mrs. Claus will come to town, and I'm not messing with these ho ho ho. Like, it's such a good, like, well-made skin. Pred could never. So. Oh no!
It's like the effects, the jingling when you do your wolves, even like when you dash. I don't know if you like notice the detail, but when you dash, you get like a frost tint around your border of your screen. Like, it's just
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Whenever you dash, you get like a little frosted tint on the edges. Like it's so cool, man. Cool little details. Yeah. But yeah, her skin is now that I got it, it's like the best legendary skin that I own.
Also, the MVP skin, I know some of the gamers may not see that too much. Like, the sleigh drops her off. It's so good.
Yeah. It's like when she gets MVP, it's like an introduction that's so graceful and angelic that you can't get mad at it. You know, it's not like where, what's it called? Like, Richter shows up and he slams the ground like, I'm big boss, I'm king. She floats in and she guides her way in, and you're just like, I'm okay with this. I like this. Thank you.
I don't even like Christmas, bro, and the stuff we give him each year.
It's really good. Hers is really good. Like, I don't know. I haven't played much Rampage yet.
Oh,
does he have any like really cool effects?
The backing animation. So like his intros, he's a snowman.
Yeah.
First, it's a snowman, and then he breaks out of it and he turns into his normal snowman skin, which is a nice touch. His backing animation of him picking up the presents is so funny. But the buffs they gave him is probably the highlight, which we'll get there as we go through the patch notes, but I'll tell you more about that after.
Whenever he when he throws a snowball, it like breaks into snow, right? It's got to.
It sounds like snowballs. It sounds like a snowball hitting you.
What about when he like pounds the ground? Did like snow like pop up?
No, it sounds normal, like his normal jump. Yeah,
but no snow like popping from the ground or anything, just like dirt.
No dirt, no snow, no audio. You would think he'd like when he slams the ground, it sounds like he's stepping in snow. It's not. It's the normal rock slam down kind of.
I feel like
I will say.
I feel like they gave a lot more detail to Shinbi. Like the dash thing is like I didn't expect it because I never played it, but just your screen getting a little frosted tint is like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Man, them giving more to Shinbi. I wonder why.
True, right?
Why the idol got the superior legendary skin.
The boys don't get the same attention to detail, unfortunately.
I would like to see a Holiday Aurora skin on the second sound.
It's weird that they didn't give her a Christmas skin. She's the Ice Queen, winter, all that stuff.
I would like to see it.
Miyabo was saying there's a bell sound on his ground smash E. When you smash the ground, there is a bell sound.
He does jingle when he jumps. You do hear the jingle bells when he's like running and jumping. You hear that
when you smash the ground, like the E.
The E, you hear a little bit of a jingle, but it's kind of, you hear mainly the rock smashing.
I gotta play more of him.
But when he's backing, you hear the holiday cheer music, which is nice. So
yeah, good skins, man. Mako's coming up, and hopefully we get some ADC skins because it's kind of lame that there's no ADC skins for winter.
Yeah, we should get more.
Yeah. So, those are the skins for the bouncing. We don't need to go through every single one unless we want to, but the main one off the bat, Marty. Whew.
Yeah, she taken.
That was a list.
Did she get the Iggy treatment or the Morgash treatment, or no?
No.
Do we think not as bad?
I played her like that morning or early morning. I played her. She still feels pretty good. I mean, it shows like how broken she was, right? She does a lot of damage. Her poke is her CC is really great. The slow root on the Q, the the pull in and the knock up on the ultimate. Like she just still is a pretty good kit.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't. Today when I was playing against her, I've only been doing tank stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't been shredded by her like the way I was last week. So I did notice that.
Yeah.
In fact, it got to a point where I noticed her CC more than her damage, because like when she dropped the ult on me, I didn't think to myself, oh, I can't play the game. I thought to myself, oh, I'm dead because of the damage, right? But I've noticed now, I'm just like, you're CCing me. Leave me alone. Give me a second. Like I was more annoyed of the CC than I was the damage.
Yeah, I was having a conversation with Taco with that because he was playing mid and I think I was playing Rampage, or someone tanking the jungle. I didn't feel like she was doing damage to me. She was doing damage, but not like last patch damage. But he was still getting kind of shredded by her. So I think like she's still good, but not as like that's just she was really broken. I guess whenever.
Yeah.
So this all brought her back in line for the most part. I still think she's really good though.
I don't know. For me, the last overtuned character was Grim. Everyone else has been 100% fine since then and has not deserved the treatment they've gotten.
Okay, buddy.
But I'm here to discredit, but no. Like genuinely though, I have not tried her yet, but I assume she's gonna be fine. Look down the nerf list. I'm like, she's still gonna have good CC. She's still gonna be very fragile. So I hope her scaling on the top end is the same. Like I just hope they did to her what they did to carries, and it just takes you longer to get to that point. Because I do feel like the trade-off for being so vulnerable and for not having any escapes, any good engages outside of your karma, is that you should be able to dump damage and stuff. But we do know that is something that if it's not coming from a carry, the devs have not taken kindly to, and at a lot of points. So hopefully it is something that has been maintained despite the stark nerfs there.
I really want to like show stream. Can I do this? Maybe I would do this. I need to get a new overlay where it has our cameras. It's like small when we're going over like patches, so we can see the patch. They can watch and like read with us while we're doing it. I need to do something like that.
I'm seeing FaZe on screen right now.
The death of every FaZe.
When I saw the patch notes on FaZe, and I just said these devs, they got like a character who's already like in the funeral, in the coffin, waiting to be put to rest, and they just started pounding dirt on her, keep her down there. I'm just I think what'd you say? You said with Morgosh, they're like, they killed this character, and then the next patch they brought the shovel.
Like, it's nuts, bro.
That's exactly what they did to FaZe, dude. She was bad last patch, and now she's not coming out. Like,
this to me, like it feels like they listen more to the casual community because like dude, no one's playing FaZe at like high play, man. This is just a casual pub stomper, which is understandable. You want those new players not to get deleted. They think FaZe is S tier. How do you handle it? It's understandable, but like on the high end, she just sucks, man. She's not a good character.
Oh yes,
they nerfed her again.
I know.
She started C tier and then they brought her to D and then they said the job wasn't good enough and brought her to W. This is so we make jokes. We make jokes about it, but this is what I like to call, like when people talk to me about it, I like to call this a def nerf. And there's normal nerfs that the team decides. This is somebody got tiffed by FaZe and they had enough. They're like Ranger got pulled one time too many when he was playing Drago, knocked back and pulled back. And he's like, I got something for you. He sent out the team meeting report. Just put this character in the dirt, dude.
He just breaks through the meeting boardroom. He's like, hey, I know you guys are talking about like Renard and Currency and stop and listen to me. If you want me to show up to this year's Christmas party, put FaZe in the ground. All right,
dude. If they did a fit like this is a coordinated murder, bro.
I guess it does help the casual community though, man, because it was definitely an outcry of FaZe being like broken. I see it all the time in chat. But, like just for newer players in the casual community, it's good, I guess, to keep them from complaining, you know.
Yeah, it makes sense. They probably want their game to be fun to be on board instead of getting pub stomped, right?
Yeah.
But
Sarah,
then you remove the invisible walls?
Oh, we'll get into that. Hold on. What's
Sarah, crazy Sarah got nerfed before Crunch and Grux.
I know.
What is that?
I was like, what? Okay, so you have Top Dog Crunch in the jungle, running rampant. Stage, he's good at every stage of the game. Early game, mid game, late game. He is king, right? And then they decide, screw that. Let's go after the second top dog, Seraph. No more R&Bs for you that are killing people. It's like, oh, they just like, this is the target, and then they look to the other side and they shot the wrong target. You know what I mean?
Dude, I told you guys before this on the podcast, but there's some people who think I'm a part of the development team. And today I woke up for 4 messages of, but y'all didn't touch Crunch, and like it's insane. Like one of them was Veteran, 2 were little, like they sought me out and sent me friend request, bro, and we're like, but you didn't nerf Crunch is literally nutty. And the other one was I think was also a joke like Veteran, but no, it's so insane that they like imagine you're Crunch, bro. You're the pissed off Roomba. You're there in detention, trembling, and you see Ranger with the belt in his hand walking towards you menacingly. He raises it up and then walks by you and just beats the shit out of the pissed off nun. It's insanity that they did this character. Like they complete. And I am a master Crunch. I am a Crunch main. I am the last person who wants to see Crunch get nerfed. But this is foul, bro.
I had a game today where she like ulted at me and she says, "Heresy takes me." And I was like, "Does it? I don't really think you're gonna do anything to me. I got Zima's here. I should be just fine." And I just ran away from her. I wasn't getting
slap
kicked
her in the face
in.
with the Bible. She's no, it did fucking does it.
Power of Christ compels you. You just get away from her. I don't know.
Heresy.
I don't know how you skip past Crunch and go to Seraph. She did not. She deserved a nerf, but Crunch deserved one first.
Yeah.
So
I think,
God,
yeah, I haven't played her yet, but it's just the damage nerf, huh? But it could,
the damage was what made her good, bro. She already doesn't have CC.
Yeah, that's kind of where like maybe where I'm at is like the warriors. They're supposed to be like hybrid, right? Tanky. She just did more damage than all of them. Like she is just a like heavy damage character. Crunch is different because he has like crazy cooldowns. It's not really his damage; it's just insane cooldowns. And like good CC that makes him really good. So maybe that's what they're looking at. Like she does so much damage as a warrior because they just kind of like brought her damage down. I don't know.
I also apologize to the boys. Like they can't see it on camera, but I've been messing with my hair because I washed it and now it's like super itchy. So I've like Wolfie's been staring me down as I've been giving myself a skull massage. On
I'm
this
staring
interview.
you down because if I look at you, I feel relaxed. I don't get nervous. That's why.
That's funny.
Oh, that's my
It helps
boy.
me. My nerves. Anyway.
Mine are steel chains.
Mine are
Shield
still
bash
changed.
nerf?
Whatever. Next.
I
don't know.
sleep. Whatever. Just
Yeah.
not talking about it.
He's still steel. He's still good.
Yeah,
Dale though.
Damn, bro, they gave her
All
the
my tank
fishnets
names
and took
rise
away.
up. Listen to me.
Yeah, you
We
played
gave
her, right? Or
Fishnets.
against
I played against her. Okay, listen to me. From my perspective, right? I was a level 3 Sevrog. She was a level 3 Adele. Granted, we'll go into the Sev buffs after this. I was running at her, and I was doing more damage. And it's like, and she was aggressive too. She really was. It's not like I was like stacking minion waves to push against her. Me and her were fighting alone off to the side, away from the minions. And I was doing it. I was killing her. And I was outboxing. The shield came up. I didn't care. I still went after her. The nerfs put her in line with all the other tanks.
How did the ult feel? Did you ever get ulted by her? Because like
The ult end game, you stay out of it. Don't go in there. That's no matter what they do to this character's
true damage,
ult.
target max
True
health.
damage is unbeatable.
Yeah,
so
and target max health is
the
insane.
ult, worry about it. And if Adele uses her ult in the lane, she doesn't really know how to play for this. So
Yeah, because as a squishy, you don't really get. If she drops ult on you, it's like whatever, dude. I just walk out. You're not doing damage, but
it depends. Towards the end of the game, it doesn't really matter if you're squishy or not. But in the early game, in the mid game, yeah, you're squishy, you're fine. You'll be all right. So
I don't know if she's like bottom of the tier list or anything like that, but
Oh
I don't know.
no.
No, I still think what she does for the team, as far as that ultimate, the zoning and the damage, is still going to put her on the upper list of the tanks. But as far as the laning phase, you have more of a chance to put her bad down so that your team can be okay during the mid.
I think she's still A tier at the very least.
Very least.
Personally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we crunched the numbers. I think what was her shield? 1350 at endgame without Trey's band. I think if she buys Trey's band and she's at endgame, she's at 1260. So close. But that's because she has Trey's band, not because she's Adele.
Yeah. And like the shield duration decrease, it wasn't really that big of a deal, right? Because she holds it on until her abilities come back up, pretty much.
Her shield, yeah, it's her shield usually
two.
just to peel or to back up from an engagement. It's not necessarily to just run at people with
some stuff, but yeah, she got nerfed, which is good because she's been like one of the best solo characters for the longest time. So finally, she gets nerfed.
Good.
What about this loser over here?
Okay.
This freaking terrible character.
The top 1% making this guy getting nerfed.
I think I should go step out of the room for a little
bit. The 1% of the community is making this guy get nerfed because he's terrible in people in casual players' hands, but in good players he's oppressive. But
which really skews for me like why they like who are they listening to? Like you're listening to good players who do well on Kwong, and then it's like, all right, well Kwong diffs, but then at the same time in the same patch you're like nerfing FaZe.
Yeah, that one's like kind of just outrage, I think, for the community. They don't like her. What do you think about Kwong, though? I don't play Kwong. I haven't seen a lot of Kwong. His damage looks like he got nerfed in some cooldowns.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mr. Main Kwong person?
Mr. 400 Kwong hours.
I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it at all. I will put things in perspective. I was supposed to be the sole lane Kwong. And my Fang Mao ADC my Fang Mao support decided to take the solo lane for me. So I decided, all right, I'll play for the team. I'll bite the bullet. I'll go to dual lane with Mike Wong. I was pushing a Seraph, or not a Seraph. I was pushing a Sparrow and a Wraith back into their tower. So I didn't feel it personally. That could be like a mechanical thing. I'm not the best Kwong. I don't want comment section calm down. I'm sure there's somebody else that's better. But for my experience on the character, I did not feel it. The only thing I did really feel was his R&B nerf on the damage, but even then, Kwong isn't Kwong because of his R&B. He's Kwong because of his combo. And if you could still maintain the combo, it's almost like the damage is gone. So, for me, I didn't really.
Yeah, we're calling cap. We muted and left. I'm kidding. But yeah, I haven't tried Kwong. I think I was with you within that game.
Yeah.
I can't hear Cordy. I think Cordy said something, but he muted. Okay. But I don't know. Like, they're good changes. He shouldn't have been able to do that much damage at all. And as someone who plays him, I'm happy that you feel good about it. As someone who plays against him, I do feel like, he's not popping me like a plastic like bubble or like balloon as much that he definitely used to. So well-deserved nerfs that keep him now in a place to where he can do a lot of what he used to, but without it being as oppressive, in my opinion, which is always the goal for these warriors.
Yeah, I was gonna say too, like as a warriors, you're not trying to do damage, and he's kind of unique because he does magical damage as a warrior. Like you're not trying to be like top damage dealer. You're just there to be a hybrid. Do some damage. Do some tanking. Not to do one thing really well. Which kind of like is the reason why I think they nerfed Seraph over Crunch. But Wraith, I think the main thing is just his ultimate got a 40% movement speed increase. It's still Wraith.
Still useless.
Still Wraith.
Yeah.
Although I will say, like one little team fight we had, the enemy Wraith popped his ultimate, and they were moving a little fast, and we kind of lost them. But still Wraith.
Yeah, they need to find a way to make that ultimate aggressive. Like I always see Wraiths using their ult to run away and never to engage. Could you imagine like a Wraith using his ult to give his team positioning on an objective to go behind the enemy team and poke them and kill them from there? I'd never there's no way to be aggressive with this ultimate. It's only really defensive.
They really have really good communication. like
Yeah,
group up
it's
ults and then getting that movement speed. You can't sprint because it'll take you out of the movement speed, so you have to use that base movement speed that it gives you.
yeah.
It'll like stealthy if you sprint or anything. So
Yes, I don't know if they had to do something to that ult because the invis is just not enough when, especially when it gets countered by one of the 17 wards everybody has. So
I think one way to make Wraith a little bit better, it's just oh snap. I think one way to make the character a little bit better is make his ult silent. You want a way to play this ult aggressively, have to where I cannot hear it from 2 lanes down. Because anytime a Wraith activates his ult in the proximity with the movement that it can be like used as an engage tool, I know it's coming. I hear and I'm just like, oh, going back to my tower.
It'd be cool also if they made it instant. That could be a little thing. The wind up, there's some wind up time there, so you can kind of like, you know, prepare for it when they're going into it. If you're like fighting someone, you do it instantly. I don't know. Maybe it'll help them.
I wish you could like target somebody. Let's say like you're Wraith, right? Let's say you're the mid lane Wraith, and you want your Fang Mao to get behind people. Point at your Fang Mao, make him go invisible, give him the advantage to flank behind, and then maybe he could use that.
That'd be interesting.
Like something to kind of like help set your team up and not just use, oh my god, I'm one shot, I'm leaving. Because that's all Wraiths use it for. Yeah. Maybe make it so that they can use it as an advantage in a team fight. But there is none of that.
And then next up, Decker. Decker's just, she's still Decker, right? She can't apply support items to her team.
Yep.
Yeah. The Decker problems. I do think that her cooldown being reduced on the ult does make her a lot better. What is it, like 30 seconds they took off?
Yeah, that's max is like 90 seconds.
Huge, especially if you get some cooldown on her. Having that Decker cage up and allowing her to be impactful and being able to sling it without it being like, okay, this is the defining moment. If I drop it here and nothing happens, we just lose later.
Yeah.
Especially with the cooldown, getting that thing to close with like 30% cooldown, close to a minute, could be huge for team fights and anti-siege.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if we see anybody rock the Decker in the OPL, because she does have a lot of lane pressure. She won't heal you or anything, but she will like stun them, constantly apply pressure to the ADC. I hated when Decker was meta, because I was constantly getting fucking balls to the face. It was annoying.
It comes out so fast. It's like hard to dodge. You have to predict when she's going to use it too.
It's so early on, so I've been seeing a lot of Decker. Maybe we'll see her more in the future. Fang Mao. I like this change.
I do too.
It was good.
I still agree. I still think the ult should be percentage based. Adding 90 or 40 extra damage off base. Not enough. Make it percentage, but
it might be really strong. So base works well for backliners, squishy characters. Percent would be really good against tanks. Fang Mao, you're a warrior. You're kind of getting to the backline, try to kill them, so it makes a little bit of sense. But increasing the base damage to 390 early, like 40 more, and being able to reuse it, you know, more in the team by late game, 12 seconds, like you just, it's there, man. It's nuts.
Yeah, most team fights end in like 10 to 15 seconds. He has a chance to hold on to his ult.
Yeah,
in the end game, because use it 2 or 3 times because of that cooldown. What I want to know is if you use your ult and you kill somebody, we know you have 12 seconds. If you use your ult a second time, does it reset back to 12?
It does. Yes.
Okay. I thought you had 12 seconds flat.
Oh no, that bad boy resets, dude. You're in the danger zone for a while if he's able to stack it right.
All right, okay, good. Because I other than that, his E feels better. And overall, I think it's going to help him in the jungle. To like today, for example, I lost him in the jungle as Chimera. Granted, Chimera's not the best, but it was much harder to deal with him than it was last week. I used to be able to go almost trade for trade with him. Now it's without contention. I'm screwed.
Yeah, so. The E base damage going up and a little bit more scaling as well, so his clear is better. Low cooldown on this leap, so he can clear that way as well.
Yeah, so annoying. People are going to be picking my son now. I hate this.
Pretty good change, man. I like the Fang Mao change.
Glad to see Fang Mao getting love, yeah.
And then Grim. Haven't seen Grim, but I'm kind of nervous because like when Grim is good, he's annoying.
Yeah, it's just because his Q doesn't have a drop off. I genuinely think you give Grim and Mako the same treatment that Decker has, where like the ball just goes away.
Yeah.
Forget it like going past you or going out of existence for like the fact that it just stops flat. You give that to Mako, you give it to Grim, much better plays.
And then the last, so yeah, I'm afraid of Grim. I want to play more Grim. I haven't get to play him yet. And the last couple of ones, we got Sebrog getting some love again.
It's insane. Wolfie, how much do you pay him?
I'm telling you, he's one buff away from getting the Morgas treatment.
Bro,
Because he's good in the solo. If he's good in the solo, he is king in the jungle. I honestly would love to see the upper like OPL players get a hand on him, and I would love to see what they do with. I want to know if Sev is going to be a permaban. I don't know. It's the first day of the patch. We don't know.
I feel like he's not still. Like a person, like a person that will maybe, I don't know if it's maybe be a permaban, but someone that might be banned more than Sebrog is I think Rampage, man.
Ooh,
Rampage.
Yeah, Rampage. You think this buff took him there? Like he's here
on
over
soul
Sebrog.
lane, not in the jungle.
Over Sev.
As
Over
far as
Sev.
the soul lane, I'd say you ban Rampage first. He's very strong now.
Over Sev, dude. When you're rotating that, when Whoopi hates rotating at the 6-minute mark to get the hip
No
check.
way. You'll catch me dead. I ain't going over for the first reindeer.
This dude comes with a 600 plus health bonus in that team fight. That's like one of the biggest health items in the game. He's coming with a full health item in the game at level 6.
Jesus. Yeah.
And you're doing more damage, and you get more health recovery per second.
So wait, hold on. My question is, have you guys used anti-heal items against a Rampage in his ult?
No.
Today
Not
I was playing a lot of Rampage, and every single time I used my ult and I went on somebody or I went on the team, I was not losing health. I had neither those people that I was going against did not have anti-heal. I would like to see if the anti-heal actually would bring me in line. But as of right now, as it stands, if you do not have anti-heal against a Rampage when he's diving you, he's not taking any damage whatsoever. The healing is too much. The health increase is too much.
Yeah, dude.
I need to see what it looks like with anti-heal items.
That's a good call. I gotta check that out and see.
We're gonna have to test it because.
So it seems like his early game got buffed a lot. So at late game, the increased max health boost is the same, and then the health recovery per second is a little bit more. But the early, like at level 6, is like the difference is the biggest on his ultimate. Apart from like the cooldowns, a little bit more scaling in the power, and then it's just he feels really good.
He does. I don't know about you guys, but I'm down for like 7 Rampage being the top soul laners. I'm okay with that. Like,
no,
I'm not okay with Adele being top dog in soul
I agree.
lane.
I want like shake up in the meta, dude. I don't like Crunch has been good for a long time. Adele's been good for longer than Crunch. I want some like shake up.
Is the opposite of an assassin meta.
That's another thing too.
Listen,
we need assassin meta, man.
Like we do need an assassin meta. I will say though, when you are an ADC in your end game, and when you shred those tanks, you probably get so much satisfactory out of putting the big dogs down.
Wolfie, listen, dude, if the camera was on right now, I'd say, look me in my face. I'd literally say, look me in my eyes. Just give, for like a month, just give me good assassins again. Please, bro. We had good warriors. We had good tanks. And now we're moving to tanks just being so dominant. Rampage is getting better. Sephiroth is exclusively getting better. The items for these assassin characters are getting worse. It's a toughie, man. It's 100% tough. And I mean, ultimately, I think that is what the team is kind of building for. I'm not daft enough to just be like, oh, this is just something they happen to stumble upon, and this is where we are. I do think that this company does like brawling a lot more, and that means you're not getting popped. That means you're not just getting picked off. But I mean, every type of archetype should have their time in the sun, and I just feel like assassins just never get it.
Yeah,
there's probably like one little instance since this game's been live where assassins were good.
Yeah. And it was not for long.
Assassin meta could be fun. I honestly think I do wish, like, as far as like Smite, assassins have a place where their job is to pop one person on the team, and that's their job. I would like to see that for this game, but it's hard especially with the balancing in this game. If you buff assassins to pop one person, In this game, they're gonna pop another person right after that instantly. So like that'll come to like the balancing issue. But I would like to see an assassin meta. I wish they had a better place because it seems like their place is early to mid game, but end game they're useless.
Wait, assassins?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, assassins.
Physical assassins.
I'm not really worried about
Xena.
Xena or Kalar popping me. You know what I mean? At the end game.
As a tank, no. As an ADC, as a backliner, they can.
Yeah.
As a mage assassin, it's the inverse. Early game they're the worst, and then late game they're they can be annoying.
Maybe that's what they're going for then.
Yeah, they just got to buff that early game to make them good. The mage assassins.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last couple things get some item changes. So they're nerfing pin a little bit here, which is good, man. Like I actually felt this today. I was building into like they had Rampage and Steel, Steel support Rampage. I think like solo whatever. But I needed those items, and you have to get pin online pretty early. But when it came to the late game, it felt like I wasn't completely destroying them, but also like maybe they weren't building correctly. But it like 35% didn't seem like a lot, so I had to like pair with the anti crit or the crit pin as well. But yeah, so nerfing pin. So there's definitely a tank meta or tank patch, I would say.
Yeah. Not long enough yet to be determined a meta, but it's looking like it's coming.
I will say
a buff
that
to a tank item. Oh wait.
Yeah.
Wait, are you guys saying that because they nerfed demo into the floor? Is that what you're saying? That's a tank meta? Because that's probably the biggest indication. That no matter how tanky you are, when demo procs, you're not a tank.
Yeah,
now demo gone. Ooh.
Dude, Wolfie's living his best life.
I am, dude. I am down.
So are you happy this patch?
I'm happy
it's
with...
a tank meta.
Yeah,
bro.
That's what
it's tank meta.
Listen. I'm okay with tanks. I'm tired of the warrior meta because they're like this weird hybrid of assassin / tank where they have enough health to tank, but they have enough damage to shred you. Tank meta, like when I play Sav or I play Rampage, I'm not going to kill you in 3 seconds like I would a Kwang or a Fang or a Seraph. I'm going to kill you in like 10 to 15 because I'm a tank. I'm down for a tank meta. I'm not down for a warrior meta. But I do see the issue with ADCs and casters. They're having a hard time to kill me.
Yeah.
So
also people don't know how to build pin. Like when I play a tank and I look at their builds and they're like 4 or 5 items deep and they don't have percent pin, like bro, you're not touching me.
Yeah.
Get good. Berserker Sub's getting a buff, Spirit Fang getting nerfed.
Ooh, I felt that one today.
Yeah, I don't know what the new start's gonna be. I've been kind of like talking with chat. I don't know what the new start's gonna be. Like,
the new start is going to be bringing in a couple health procs and health pots because you're playing tanks in the jungle.
The new item is Xevious.
Yeah, the new start is Xevious because Jesus, dude. Like,
is there another option you could go for?
The other options,
all damage just got nerfed, man.
The other two options I kind of thought about is like, and we're getting to this next, is Ghost Axe. Even though it got nerfed, it's super cheap. It's 2,300 gold. For the same amount of power, physical power, 45 power, 10 CDR, you're getting a little bit of health, so it's kind of like a good hybrid item. The passive, you apply the anti-heal, so you get that 5% boost, which is not a lot early game, but just like 2,300 gold is super cheap.
Yeah.
So it's that. I guess maybe Greatsword. I know people have been using the Vamp Shroud or Vamp Sword. Yeah, that's been another option.
That's what I was talking to chat too today about it. I was like, what do you want? Do you want boxing, which is what Spirit's Fang gives you? Whenever you dive somebody with Spirit's Fang, they lose, right? So do you want to be able to box the people you're ganking, or do you want to be able to clear the camps so that you can get big enough to oppress them? So with Spirit's Fang before this patch, you would get both. You'd get clear camps and boxing. Now it seems like you only get boxing. You're not really clearing camps as fast.
Yeah.
So I had to relate this to Chimera because that's what I've been spamming lately. Merchants on Chimera on the first item does more clear than Spirit's Fang. Same thing, but it doesn't give you the boxing as much. Vamp Sword gives you the clear, but it gives you sustain. Spirit's Fang used to give you boxing, clear, and it didn't matter about the sustain because you did so much damage. I was like, what do I go first here? So I want to know what other items we can start with besides Spirit's Fang.
I don't know, man. I want to try this, but I think Ghost Axe is kind of getting slept on. It's like 2,300 gold. Like it's 500 gold cheaper, or 500 gold cheaper than the other items, and it gives you the same power cooldown and health.
Yeah, but would you build it against people that aren't healing? Like
that's the thing. That's the thing that people get turned off by. That is like, well, I don't need anti-heal, but you.
The numbers are just good.
Yeah, the base stats are just good, but base stats and like just the cheapest fucking item in the game. But according to some people, that 5% still gets applied even though they're not getting health. Like if you apply anti-heal with the item itself, it's going to give you 5% bonus damage, which again is early game not important, but it's still like a little bit more damage on that base stat 45 number. So I don't know. It's super cheap. I think maybe we'll see people running that or what else, but I think Spirit Fang is kind of out the door. It has been meta for a very long time. And then Hunting Instinct got nerfed.
A little bit more expensive, a little bit more on the pricier side. Honestly, it feels like it should be. That being the same price bracket as Assassination Technique, uncanny. Just never.
Yeah, 50% bonus too when you get a kill. It just feels really good. And then the last main thing, we have Zinx Clawberry that's not, applying anti-healing to minions, I guess. But the last big change, Demo's gone. Have you guys played with Demo yet?
Meta.
Have you guys played with Demo?
I haven't bothered.
Somebody demoed me. I felt nothing.
Really?
What I did feel more than demo is weaken. It's a weaken meta now.
Yeah, people are opting to go weaken now.
When I tell you, when somebody dives me and they weaken me and I'm dumping my entire kit and doing nothing to them, it's weaken. So we had what was it? It was 30. It was like 50, 50, 60 for demo. It was like 50% magical shred.
No, it was all 60.
Oh, it was all 60. Okay.
Yeah, fucking stupid.
Yes, it was all 60 across all three, right? Now, what's it called? Weaken is where demo was, except for I think weaken's like 50 everywhere, right? 50, 50, 50 for everything?
Something like that.
So once we bring weaken down to the 30s, that's where it comes to outplaying each other.
No.
Yes.
Listen,
that's the beauty, right?
We're done.
No,
we're done.
Like these karmas don't need to be that strong, man. It's not there to. It's not. It's just there to give you like a little bit of boost in your character. It's not supposed to define your character, man.
Dude, when I got demoed, I couldn't play the game. I'm dead. When I get weakened, I have a chance to win.
Dude, listen, we have nerfed every damage start this patch. We have taken away the only damage answer to tanks, and then on top of that, we have buffed the tanks. And then buffed their items.
It's just overwhelming. The karmas don't need to be that strong. They're way too strong.
Yeah,
it's literally an item. It shouldn't be like that. It's
karmas are supposed to be a tool to kill people, not you're demoed, you're dead. It's supposed to help you.
So
it's not supposed to just kill you.
I'm hoping we're getting to that point where they see that everyone's buying weaken. Let's nerf weaken, and then from there, I think they're all going to be more on the balance.
Good, yeah. I think if we can get once we see how weaken plays out, and I'm sure it'll feel potent. Probably not as much as demo was, but once they bring all the karmas in line, it'll come down to like how you use it, when you use it, in what situation. It's not going to be I have demo and you don't, you lose. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm okay.
All right, I'm gonna bring our cameras in. So if you're poking your nose, stop it.
Oh wait, hold up. Let me get my gold out. 1 second.
Your gold out?
Geez. Yeah, dude, I'm digging. Give me a minute. Hold up. There it is. Okay. Located. I'm like the 7 dwarfs.
I need to get a new cam. I need to get a new overlay. So when we do like patch reviews or something like that, we look at videos. We'll have our little cameras in this section so they can still see our beautiful face while we're going over it.
My question is, overall, this patch, good or bad?
Like I mentioned on the top half, I just like change, so I'm always like positive about it, no matter what the change is. We didn't go over the the fog wall and the ramp. I guess we talked about the ramp, but the fog wall.
We talked about it.
Oh, we did, right? We did.
Yeah, we talked about
the fog wall.
Yeah, I said it at the top.
That's right.
Jungling just became more dangerous. Listen, guys, don't get put behind. You might get rolled. We are at the place now to where your jungle used to at least have an exit that only you could take. Now that is no longer an option on the table. If you get diffed, then you are going to get something else that begins with a D, and it will not be gentle into the night, and it will not be fun. I personally, with that change, am going for specifically safer jungle routes. Like Ego's not invading like he used to anymore, because if you fall behind, the ability for a team to punish you now without you being able to have a safe way out, even if it was running to mid lane to occupy that mid like pool, that way they couldn't at least get to you. That's not an option. Your back way to your inhib isn't an option anymore. If someone is capable of killing you, the only thing stopping them from killing you is you. And I think for a competitive sense, that is what it should be. But it's going to take a time of adjustment. I am expecting within like a couple weeks at the beginning, like season 2 of the OPL, invades are about to be heavy and ruthless, man.
You know what will stop invades?
What do you think? Wards?
No sprint mode.
Okay, we're gonna get into that after. Hold on, let me talk about the fog walls before we talk about sprint. Okay,
Out of here.
Me and Ego were playing today. Okay, he was in mid lane. He blinked up to the moon pool of the enemy mid laner. He went past the fog wall and killed them. And once he killed them, right, the whole team recognized he's out of position. Let's go kill Ego. And all I heard Ego say was, "Oh wait, there's no fog wall here. I can just leave." And he left unscathed. And I was just like, it lets you punish, and it also lets you make mistakes. Because like in reality, he wouldn't have blinked up there. He wouldn't have done it because the fog wall, he wouldn't be able to return. He'd die. But that punishment is now God, because he's like, when I tell you he was like a third health, he's like, "There's no fog wall here. I'm fine." And he was. I was so upset. I was like, "No, you should be dead. I hate the fog wall change. I hate it."
You can't kill me. I can only kill me. I do think that it is going to just be like I said earlier, I think it's better for competitive. Dives are easier. Retreating isn't going to be as difficult. So we're seeing a lot of things within this patch opt to a more aggressive play style, while at the same time opting away from people being able to play aggressively through their damage is my biggest problem. Right. And I don't want a not tank meta because I dislike tanks. I just do not want to return to a form of like fighting. And like, I don't know if you guys remember, but am I the only one who remembers the pendant meta?
Oh, I remember.
When everyone was
Pelicas, FaZe, Fangs.
Everyone was tanky. Yeah. And your team fights took 7 minutes to kill people, including the mages. I just do not want to get back to that. Back to when I saw Sephiroth, I'm like, there is no point of using my cooldowns on you. When I saw Rampage, or when Grux used to be hyper tanky as well. So I did not enjoy that style of play, as well as I can also like acknowledge that it is a part of a MOBA, right? Hopefully, and I pray, I offer the dark gods Wolfie's wolf hat, that in a couple months' time, we will be away from it and the meta will change again. And that constant changing is what it is, right? It is a part of the game that we're buying into. But I do partially agree with Cordy that I'm always interested in seeing how things shake out, right? Am I out of my mind? Is Xena just a goat now because there's no fog walls? We'll see, and it's something that we'll just see with time, really.
Yeah, I just like change. I've come to realize with this game, I don't know if I was like that way with Smite. I could have been, but like with this game, I'm just like I look forward to change, whether it's bad or good. I just like it's different. I play the game a lot, so having something new to the game, even adding like just the ramp to duo, like if they didn't even do the fog wall, if they just did the ramp, I'd have been like, oh, this is amazing. I just love like just changes to the game. So, always down for it, and then I'll be just over the moon when sprint mode's gone.
All right, so sprint mode.
Listen, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it.
They're doing it. It's happening. I've been telling chat they need to prepare. It's happening.
My only thing with sprint mode is if you want to take sprint mode, make a map around it. This is not the map to do it.
It is.
No, I think it was today. I was pushing. I was Rampage and I had a Gin, and I was killing her, pushing into the tower, right? And then her jungle ganked me and got me weak, and I had to back. And as I'm on my way, like I had all the tower damage on her. She had no tower damage on me, right? I'm on my way back and I'm sprinting back. And the entire time I'm on my way there back, I'm like, if I couldn't sprint, she would get this tower. I've been punishing her all lane. all game. And then just because I have to back it, if I couldn't sprint, I would have lost the tower. In my head, I'm just saying, if you're going to take away sprint, make the map smaller, make it shorter. Don't do it to this map.
But that's also like from their perspective, that's good on their end because he was able to rotate. He was able to get you under or back. He was forcing you back to get that objective, to get that tower. So it's actually a good gank in that sense. But
it's a good gank, but at the same time, you've been losing the entire time. Yeah. So all my effort is gone because of
that could
somebody
come down
else.
to maybe they need buff towers.
That could be, yeah.
Well, they said they're going to be adding a secondary row of towers as well, too, possibly.
If they take away sprint mode and add a secondary towers, yeah, I think that would balance it out, to be honest.
Yeah.
The reason why this map is good, I'll just talk about map in general, because you have the lifts, right? The lifts are going to give you a little boost. They'll probably get you to your inhib, and then from there you just kind of walk the lane. The map is shorter, like comparing it to Smite. Smite's fucking massive.
Oh, it's massive.
It is shorter to where you can actually walk side by side your minions maybe a little bit faster. So you might miss a wave, and the portals are coming up every now and then, so you can get around the map pretty easily. You can play around that. The spirits themselves give you movement speed, not even including like items, leaps, the support items, the support characters themselves. Like all these things just give you so much movement speed around the map that I think this is a good map. If they brought Agora, I would want to keep sprint mode because Agora is definitely a bigger map. Like this map is, I think it's just going to come down to more strategic play when sprint mode's gone, which is what I'm down for. I want competitive play.
Want competitive play, but won't get an OPL team rolling. I see how it is, Cordy.
I can't commit.
I'm waiting for the return of bottom 10.
Bottom 10, man. I can't commit. That was like a last minute, like, yo, you want to play? It's just getting a tournament. I was kind of like, oh yeah, I think I got Wolfie and Ego or something.
Yeah, I remember he's like, hey, be my soul lane. And I was like, sure, we have a game this Saturday at 2:00. I would be at work. And then they lost the game. He's like, no more bottom 10.
I was just trying to get into the tourney.
I know, but I mean, I don't know.
Message me that day. Would you like another caster?
You can tell me no comment, Cordy. I got messages saying that they want to do a content creator team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. So that might be in the works,
Well,
maybe we see Cordy in the OPL. Oh, you told no?
Yeah. Oh. I want to focus more solely because I'll tell you guys. I told him too. Like I want to focus more on just making stream more, make more YouTube content, and getting to more into casting. Because in the event, like they do like get big, and Jon Snow wants to have those kind of things where they want to have people on payroll, fly them out to Korea. I want to be a part of that. I want to be, up there. And if Ego will have me,
that's insane.
I want to be
I
there.
Have anything to do with it, dude.
Whether he wants me there or not, I'm out there in the stand shooting T-shirts. I'm down there. I don't care whether. Hey, Wolfie, we didn't fly you out here, Wolfie. I flew myself out there to shoot T-shirts.
I want to do that more than competing.
Same.
Yeah. Okay.
I always thought that I was like, okay, what I want to do is I want to like compete above all else. Like the first content creation thing I did was play against the death. I killed Jon Snow 3 times. I love you and thank you so much for saying me. Thank you so much for like supporting me. But I did kill you 3 times.
You used your math against you, Jon Snow.
I killed you with your own numbers. But no, one thing that I've come to like learn and admire is watching people's competitive spirit and being able to like build narratives around the teams is so good. Like I'm already like season 2, season of challengers and stuff. And I'm like thinking of like, history of teams, history of players. Okay, we started out with like kind of take the crown. Are you overpowered? Where can we like pivot this? We're seeing like content return. This is like a return to the king arc. This is like a bad time and like everyone should kneel arc. Like every competitive scene has heroes and villains, and like I didn't realize how much I would love helping kind of orchestrate that to make it more digestible for people compared to competing. Don't get me wrong. Any OPO player at any time can get it. And by get it, I mean get into my DMs and message me about the scheduling. But also, I diff most, if not all, OPL players in baking.
Dang.
So see, I saw the clips coming, bro. I added a caveat there for the VOD just in case I lose. But no, man, it's super exciting. And like every single time, Cordy, you're like, dude, imagine us getting flown out to Korea. I literally go to bed at night and I imagine in my head like Blub, Cranky, them all like walking on stage, and then like Honolulu and all the boys, Sparrow, Only, Kiwi coming out. And I know for a fact that Conte's going to be the type to be shit talking on his walkout, bro. It's going to be amazing. It would be great, bro.
He's got like the Italian flag wrapped around his
There's
like,
no way.
Literally, he's coming out like, yeah. And then like Cordy coming on, getting the beard rub, bro. Everyone in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, how my baby? And then Wolfie coming out, and everyone like their pitch changes, like, put the wolf hat on. Put it on right now.
Put the wolf hat. Do it now. Do it now.
I'm like, all right, no t-shirts for you guys. Fuck you.
Dude. And then like all of this culminating into this, I would retire after this. I would give up, because if it culminated into just one being able to say gamers one time in front of the crowd, Cordy, I died.
I would probably break down in tears for you. I'd be like,
I would literally sob.
That's my boy. He said gamers. That's my boy.
Yeah. I love competitive, man. I love watching competitive. I love playing competitive, but yeah, I would rather just maybe take a step back. I guess because also like I'm getting older too. So before I was like all about it and I could put a lot of time into it, but now I'm just like I just want to be a content creator and stuff like that. Kind of more on the chill.
40?
Chill.
Whoa. Whoa.
Bro. Okay, he's done. He's fucking
Don't
done.
hurt the professional side of this podcast.
Done.
That's just...
I'm pretty sure Tello was like interested in joining the podcast.
Ooh, also, I have a question for you guys.
Yo.
When is a good time to start introducing guests?
I know.
I've been getting some messages.
Oh, you have?
People
Well, let me know.
join. Dude, they messaged me and they're like, "Hey, can I get on the podcast?" I was like, "I'm there to complain about Soul Lane. Like, I'm not there. Cordy is the orchestrator. He tells us the script. Ego is the flair, and I'm there to complain."
I don't know if I come off like an asshole, but I feel like people don't like to reach out to me. I don't know.
Well, they're wrong. They're wrong.
They see how nice you are on the streams. They're like, yeah, this guy's gonna think I'm a villain.
I don't know, man.
No.
I don't know what it is.
Please, people, contact Cordy if you want to get on the podcast.
But
it'd be great to have a guest.
I have a list. I have a list already. I already talked to Tello. I also talked to Gentle Goose, but that's gonna be a little bit harder to do.
Yeah, with the EU time zone, man.
Yeah. But I talked to Tello about it.
Yeah.
So I do want to get more people on the podcast. I want to get more more lights around the community.
Shout
Upcoming
out to
episodes.
Gentle Goose, by the way. Like, Gentle Goose was one of the first people for me that like came to me and was like, yo, I like the LPL. Can I semi-stream it with you? Like, send me the assets. We'll go all the way. And I'm like, dude, that's insane of you, bro.
No.
I think like the day he semi-streamed with us, the LPL, we pulled 80, because I took a screenshot. I think we got 80 followers the day he semi-streamed with us at the same time. It was nuts. So like I really like Gentle with the like language barrier. I know he does speak English.
Yeah.
Would just like be a little bit slower paced, you know?
Yeah. I will say the community as far as the content creator streamer side is very welcoming. Every time somebody comes into my chat and they say, I don't know how to play this game, I literally tell them, stay away from Gen Chat in the game. Talk to streamers. We have to be nice to you so that we get your follow. Also, chat has to be nice to you, otherwise we get to ban them. And that I say that as a joke, but in reality, the streamers of this game are very nice people.
Yeah,
that want the community, that want it to grow.
The Bob Ross of Paragon.
Exactly. So
I do want to get maybe I'll talk to Tello. Maybe that's the next podcast we have Tello on.
Yeah.
I would love to talk to Tello and be like, hey man, as someone, because Tello has an interesting perspective for me on things I would ask, because Tello was one of the people who was playing on the OPL when it was a content creator league. And he was there up until the point of it become like sweaty palm, like what it is now. So like I would like to be like, so what was it like when like 1 week you're playing against Menace and then the next week you're playing against Blub? Like what was that like?
Yeah, me and Tello, it would be a different dynamic. He would join the call and I'd be like, how many days are you clean from taking a range in the soul lane, Dello? When was the last time? When
It's
was
funny,
the last
dude.
time you brought Wraith into the soul? He's
When
gonna be like, I'm 162 days clean. Yeah,
It's funny, like whenever he does do that, he's always like, "Man, I feel bad for Whoopi. Whoopi's like turning over his grave right now, or whatever."
Yeah. He messaged me, he popped in my chat, dude. I'm 80 days clean of taking range of the soul, and it was like, you are an ambassador for the soul lane. Thank you, sir. Oh,
Bro,
man.
give him
I
the
love Tello.
textbook.
I love him.
Yeah,
That was awesome,
I'm gonna get
dude.
with them. I do want to get more content creators. Maybe not on patch day, just because
Yeah.
like patch day is kind of like covering the whole thing. But in between, I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind getting more people.
We got a lull next week. There's no patch next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look forward to that, chat. We might have a guest.
Yes. Put in the comment section who you want to see. We'll reach out, see who gets the spot.
Hell yeah.
All right, guys. Anything else?
We'll do a poll.
Do we want
Oh,
to do
man.
an anime catch up?
Oh, we can do it quickly.
We are at 2. Do we want to lead it into next week? Because I'm not gonna lie, I haven't done my homework, boys.
No? Okay. Well, all right, we'll save it. We'll save it.
Okay,
All right,
that's fine.
we could. All right, give me homework. Give me one to watch because I'm not gonna lie, I've just been watching Jujutsu Kaisen.
Actually,
Ooh,
yeah,
I
I'm
need
on
to
that
catch
same
up.
one. I've been on episode or season 2.
Already?
Bro, you are my special. Just good.
It's good. It's good,
so,
man.
It's so
Good,
good.
Okay.
Bro.
Oh man. Okay, really quick.
Okay, hit me.
What's the best intro? Or
The
best anime intro, I guess outro.
Oh, you can't ask that question. Oh, bro, are you trying to start a blood war?
Yeah, it's some hotspot territory.
Oh my god,
All
bro.
right, we'll leave that for next time. You guys think about
Wait.
the best intros. We'll leave it a little hanger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Give me
can I
some
say-
time to think about that one.
Can I say my personal top 3? Can I say my personal top 3?
Sure.
That like
Go ahead.
wait, all time or like right now? Cordy.
Oh, just,
Past
I
5
guess- I
years,
don't know.
probably.
Past 5 years?
Yeah.
Rising of the Shield Hero Season 1 intro, Fire Force intro,
Ooh.
yeah, Inferno Sauce. Oh god, number 3 is so hard. Ancient Magus Sprite Season 2 intro.
We're done. End the podcast. Hurry up.
Wait for YouTube.
Okay, yeah, we'll do it next time. We'll get some more anime talk going in. It'll be a
We
lower
gotta
patch.
lead
Maybe
with that.
whoever we bring on is interested in anime as well. So we'll see.
Get a weeb.
Mm-hmm.
All right, dudes. Where can we find you guys at?
Ooh, Ego. This is your chance. You got games coming up tomorrow, right?
Hey guys, you can find me at Overpowered Esport. I cast literally every single time, with the exception of the times that I don't. You can come through. I work with people like Wolfie, like Cordy, like Woo, like Crazy Fool, who is going to be on tomorrow's cast. So if you're a fan of any of those guys, please join us at Overpowered at the OPL Discord or on YouTube, but more valuably on Twitch, where we're going to be able to show you the top of the line content and the competitive scene that this game deserves. Thank you guys, as always, for viewing. I hope to see you there. And until the next podcast, I hope you stay overpowered. Wolfie, do it. Wolfie.
Twitch.tv Mike Wolfie, Twitch.tv Mike Wolfie. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, I'm streaming. Probably crazy and hopped up on coffee, losing my mind, complaining about the simple things that could literally be cured by a skill diff, which will never be thrown my way to the point where I will never take that into consideration. It's always something else. But that's about it. Twitch.tv Mike Wolfie, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
And I'm Cordy. I stream. I don't really have a stream schedule, actually. I'm just going to stream as much as I can in December, especially with the console drop. We're going to get a lot of viewers, and I want to be streaming as much as I can. And I put a lot of YouTube content, a lot of informative content. Like I'm going to have some like my personal top 3 per role with the little build. I'll be working on that soon to help all the new players coming into the console scene. And then, of course, the podcast is every Thursday at 6 Central, 7 Eastern. And then we'll have it on YouTube and Spotify the next day.
Also, OPL has like 300 codes for each region, so please reach out to us tomorrow.
That's
We're gonna have a lot of
something
codes.
we have to add. Us Paragon partner creators, we do have codes for the closed beta test. If you are on PlayStation 5 and you want to get your hands on this game, contact us as Paragon partners. We will give you a code. This way you can get your hands on Paragon the Overprime on PlayStation 5. Please message us and please talk to us. We will help you out with builds, characters, as well as like an introduction to the game.
Sounds good, man. Everyone take care. We'll see you later.
Toodles!
See you guys.